YouTube, what's going on? It's your favorite Misfit checking back in. Welcome back to another YouTube video of the lovely series known as Let's Talk About. Now in this series, I talk about some topics that come to mind, and today's topic is something, that I personally believe will help you out, which is upgrading your content game. Because I know a lot of you who watch my videos are from my Trouble Sasuke or Trouble Misfit Instagram page, or from my other adventures with TikTok and other stuff. So I want to help you guys out by giving you 4 apps that you should check out that can definitely up your game and improve your content creation game as a whole. Before hopping into it, make sure you like, subscribe, and just do all the fun things you can do to help me out here by checking out the page, subscribing, and then sharing it with your friends and family, because I definitely appreciate every follower I get. So thank you, and let's hop into the video. Before we really dive into the world of content creation, because that's a tale for another time, let's really just dive into the fact that you do not need to be a really good, you don't need to go to school to make content. You can literally learn it for yourself. You don't have to pay money to do it. You can if you wanted to, but a lot of the content creation options are 100% free. You just need to learn about, okay, what works for you. So the first app I'm going to talk about that can upgrade your content game or get you more of an idea what you could do with content creation is called Canva. Now, everyone and their mama is familiar with Canva. Canva is essentially the app that's for beginners, intermediate, to even advanced. Now, Canva, if you haven't noticed, is just a free platform that, yes, it has paid options if you do choose to use them. But it's essentially a free platform. You can make videos, you can make photos, you can do animations, you can do a variety of different options to fit whatever need you're trying to establish. So for those in the anime niche alongside me that do content creation, I know plenty of you use this platform. And some of you might get discouraged when you see content that I make or someone else who's just as good as me make these really cool themes. And yes, those themes are not done on Canva. I've done mine so far on Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. But understand that I didn't start out a Photoshop and Illustrator making all my designs. Like, I always say this on my socials, like, hey, I started making content for anime specifically on my phone. I used apps on my phone and I just made basic templates. I just looked at my competition. I was like, okay, I can make stuff better than that at least, right? And that's what I did. So don't feel like you need to download or buy apps like a Photoshop or Illustrator to match me. Like, you will get to that point in your life when you're ready, you have the financial stability to handle it, and you can do all the stuff. But Canva is the starter package for life for you right now. Understand that you should abuse the free options that are given to you by platforms such as Canva before you even think about putting the bank down on paid option, because sometimes that could be like a double-edged sword. Because eventually, let's say, hey, I learned the pro stuff and you're already a couple months in and you paid some money, you're gonna feel like you're regretting it. Trust me, you're not. It's just you learn the pros and cons when it comes to paying versus just abusing the free. The next app I'm going to mention is also similar to Canva as well, because Canva is available on mobile and desktop, but this app, from what my knowledge is only available on mobile. I think it recently got a desktop version, but I've not tried it out, so I don't know much about it. It's called Studio by GoDaddy. Now, with Studio with GoDaddy, it's essentially a Canva copycat, but it's been around at the same time as Canva been. They do basically the same thing. They have a paid option as well, because who doesn't have a paid option? They need to make money. There's no way you're gonna have a super versatile platform that's not gonna have a paid option so they can make some money. But with Studio, they have a paid option, but you don't need to use it. Like I said, abuse the free. Remember that, abuse the free. If you don't remember anything that I've told you today about content creation, then at least remember when I say abuse the free content or the free options you have. That's the only thing I would love for you to remember. And hopefully just remember to actually research content, because that's important, please. But like I said, with Studio by GoDaddy, it's a very versatile platform that can do pretty much the same thing you do on Canva. You can edit some videos, you can edit some photos, and do a lot of cool variety of stuff. Now, the animation stuff is a little bit out of the predicament when it comes to Studio, but you can still do some basic stuff with some videos if you need some basic editing. But if Studio's not to your liking with video editing, the next app I'm going to mention to you, it will probably do you more justice. And that app is called lovely InShot. It's a mobile app that is available on Apple and also, I believe, Android platforms. Now, this app is kind of like Adobe After Effects or Premiere. Well, not After Effects, but Adobe Premiere Pro in your pocket. Yes, it has a paid option that gives you a lot more of the transitions, everything, the whole shebang easier. It's a cheaper paid option than most other video platforms on your mobile device. But InShot basically does what Premiere Pro does, just makes it more easier, more visible, and more understanding. Because I think when a lot of people see the layers and layers that people see from a typical Premiere Pro sequence, and I'll show you right here, yes, that looks intimidating to you. Trust me, that's if someone's super sophisticated. They're just trying to really have an organized set of stuff out and about on their layers. But with InShot, you can consider doing the same principle, but you're able to visually see it better and it looks kind of cooler. But again, this is on your mobile phone you're doing this. So keep in mind that desktop version of the editing versus a mobile is going to look completely different, but they both do the same thing. InShot essentially makes it easy for you to make some edits. Like for example, if you follow my Trouble Sasuke page, I do a lot of cool reels over there. A lot of it's done on InShot. I edit them up, add the music, make them look very spazzy. But the effects though, I don't use InShot for that. I mentioned that for my last app that I'm going to talk about, which is Prequel. Prequel, another mobile app, it is available on App Store for Apple, and I also believe it's available on Android as well on their Play Store. And essentially, it's a video editing app just like InShot, but now this one is for the effects. You want those cool aesthetic effects you see from Tumblr, or you want to do something old style, retro, or something dark and dementic. Prequel has all those offers for you. Now, again, all the options I've said have paid options, but you do not have to use them. They have a lot of free versatility, so abuse that. Abuse what these free options give you, because you can still make some banging edits that people be like, yeah, I gotta pay money for that, right? No, you don't. You just gotta actually use your brain, research. Yeah, I'm gonna keep repeating that. And just do something. Like, don't feel discouraged that you don't have a creative mind. I never did. Like, you asked me a decade ago to make edits like I'm doing now, I don't know how to do any of that shit. Like, me a decade ago was just learning the bare minimum and was just looking in awe of the coolness that I was seeing on social media. And then also, it was a different time period. Reels wasn't a thing. Video production was a thing, but not at the level as it is now. So I was growing with the tech. Now, where I'm at is anyone can do what I'm doing. It just comes down to how much time are you willing to put in to actually do what it should be done to get to where you want to be. That's really all what it is. I know you've heard that many times, but it's very true. It's not, no one's selling you nothing. It's rather it's choose or not to do. Choose or not to do. That's all it is. You choose to do this or you choose not to do this. No one's gonna be on your tail about it. Only person who can really be on your tail about it, especially when it comes to something like this, is you. So with Prequel, it has a variety of different really cool effects. Also for photos as well, because you can edit some cool ass photos, make some dope edits. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it. I highly recommend Prequel as well. I will preach that to infinity and beyond until the day that Prequel becomes 100% paid. But I don't think that's ever gonna happen, personally. But shout out to Prequel, they do good stuff over there, good business. I think the last thing I'll say though, just to close out this video, is that it's important, as a content creator, or just someone who just wants to make those cool edits they see on TikTok, or those AMVs from anime on YouTube, or on sometime majority now Instagram. It's important to understand that you can do that stuff too. You can definitely do it. Like, the people who are making those edits at one point don't know how to do that crap. So if you want to do it, like I used to love, back in the day when they did Dragon Ball Z, like 08, 09, they would do these AMVs of like, they're just basic edits of like, a scene of Goku fighting maybe from Broly or Cell or Cooler and the old Dragon Ball Z movies, and they'll just switch over with some really cool rock music, and those are basic edits. And now you're doing a bunch of flippy roundy stuff nowadays, and it's like, yeah, back then I want to do edits like that, which are more simple. Even today I want to do edits like those too, but I understood that if I truly want to do those stuff, just spend an hour, every day for a month, or spend an hour out of my week each week, or just organize myself enough to be able to have the versatility and the time to be like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out and I know I can do it. Like, don't get discouraged. No one's perfect, and no one's ever gonna knock down that style and with like that easy, like within a day. Like, it took me just like maybe a couple years just to get really good at video editing. So don't ever feel like you can't do it. You can do it. Anyone can do what those editors are doing. It just really comes down to, are you willing to do it? Are you just there for just to be the viewer? Are you there to be the doer? So remember that as you watch these edits and you're inspired by them to be the point that you want to be in the field. With that, as always, that brings us to the end of the video. First and foremost, thank you guys for watching. If you reached this part of the end of the video, I love you, appreciate you. You're always a valued member of the Trouble Misfit family. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Next video will be out whenever. I mean, you know me, I just kind of make videos that come to my mind and just post the content. Set schedules will eventually happen, but this is just me doing something I enjoy. So I just thank you guys for checking me out, appreciating the love, support. As always, it's your favorite misfit checking out. Until next time, look forward to it. Thank you guys. Take care. Wash your hair.